Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, I was thinking of starting with yoga, but then as part of sadhana. But before we go to the yoga, then what is this sadhana is all about? And how the scriptures talk about this thing, sadhana, or what is the pointer for which that we need to do this sadhana? The whole life itself is a sadhana. All the other species, they're as it is, they're perfect, born perfect. A cat is a cat, born, it is flashing sometimes. So, okay. The born cat, it doesn't have to become a rat doesn't have to become a cat. A dog is fine, dog is excellent. So every other species, they are born with all the faculties open, and over a period of time that develops. So therefore, they don't have any uh, conflict with themselves. Conflict is not there within themselves. Uh, Whatever that additional abilities are there, we teach them. It's a small little thing. But those things also do not become like a conflict. Like, for example, dog, you teach them to do certain things and all that, and cat, you do certain things. Birds, you can teach them to talk. They're not conflicting. So they're just fine. It's like entertainment for them. And you tell them they do it. But then they know only one thing, that they do all those things so that you get a biscuit. Whether it is a dog that you get a biscuit or whether it is a dolphin that you give it at the end of it, something like that. Finish. That story ends there. But only in the case of human being, it is different. Why is it different? And that's what Shastras say again and again, that we have these are um, the it has been recognized by Narada in Narada Bhakti Sutras. Normally, we miss this aspect of it. But Narada gives that very beautifully about that. And that is, as a sadhana portion that Narada says that Dussangaha Sarvataiva Tyajya. Don't have Dussanga. And normally, what happens, Dussanga means often we think of that we try to now make a list of people who are all supposed to be Dussanga. This fellow is bad, that fellow is bad, this fellow is arrogant, this fellow is very egoistic. Are they? All that like that. It's not about the outside world. Because that you label somebody like that and tomorrow it will become different. And you need somebody else, then you see, you go there and say, he's bad, you said, but then you still have to have something like that. And so therefore, this Sangha is not about the world outside. That's one aspect. Second thing is, if you label somebody that is egoistic, actually you are egoistic, that's what you see in the other. Somebody is bad because that you have the badness within you, therefore you see that. So essentially, what happens is that it's that you what is there within you, you recognize in the world outside. If you don't have that negativity, then you don't see any negative. That's what is the story of Prahlada we have seen. That when Hiranyakashipu comes, is slain by Narasimha, removes Hiranyakashipu and all that, and Garupa, Narasimha. And after that, Garupa has not come down like that. Then all these forces which are there, they come and pray in front of Nrsimha saying that now onwards I will rise properly. Sun says, I will give the rains at the proper time. The rain god promises. So everybody does promise so that whatever that we do, right kind of work. Yama says that I will do proper duty. You see, these are all the so they said that come on, so that don't be angry with us that you come to the pleasing form. But then he continues to be like that. Then they didn't know what to do because it's something which is like that. So then it continues like that. Then one person usually they comes for the rescue of all these people is Narada. See, so they approach Narada. They said that what to do, he is like this. Narasimha, that is, Vishnu has not come back to his normal position. He does not go onto the, Shaya and all those things. So what to do with that? Then Narada gives a hint saying that for whose sake he has taken that form, if he requests, he will come back. So please go and ask Prahlada. Said Prahlada, please request Vishnu to get back to his form. And then they all approach Prahlada and they pray for that. And Prahlada is a small kid and is happily playing. I said, can you please tell Narasimha to take out this form? Prahlada looks around and says, where is the form? That ferocious form. He's so pleasant, he's so wonderful. That means if you have that ferocious form inside, and then you will see that. Don't have that, you don't see that. So therefore, that he says that where is that ferocious form? It is pleasant only. So like that. So the idea is that if you have bad, then you see the bad in the otherwise in the world outside. World looks bad not because the world is bad. World is neutral, but you have the bad within you, and through that glasses that you see, the world looks like that. So whatever the goggles that we have it, world looks with that tint of that goggle that you have it. So therefore, essentially, that it's not a question of world outside that you label. In fact, somebody that you feel a friend, very nice, very good, very company is very good. You just in few uh, days later, a few months later, then you say, "Oh, this fellow is always hanging on me. Let him. Why don't he relieve me? Give me a relief." So the same person who you look for, now you don't want him to be there. So you get bored with that. In fact, this is what Bertrand Russell said, that, that he said, mm, mm, there is heaven. He said, their kalpana of heaven and hell. Bertrand Russell says that the amount of sin that I have done, because the son I will be put into hell, and forever that I am condemned there. And my whole life I have not done so much sin that I can be condemned in the hell for every time, for all the time. So therefore, where is the question? And if I exhaust that, then what will happen to me? Because they don't have the concept of rebirth. So therefore, he rules out. And second thing, he says that all right, they put me in the hell. If I know that I have to stay there forever in hell, then that hell itself becomes like a nice place for me, my home for me. I get used to that. Once I get used to that, if somebody asks me to get out of the hell, I feel miserable.
Institutionalized. Prisoners sometimes feel like that. To come out of the prison, they are not really.
Yeah, right. Institutionalize the whole thing. That's what it is. You can't come out of it. So this is a problem with that. So, and he says that I think also, Bertrand Russell is very nice. He says that if you did something wrong and then you go to the, say always, you go to the jail, you always find, see, first of all, the first time that when you go to the jail, you're afraid what will happen to the jail and all that. But once you go there, now you have experience. Now there is no fear of jail, and that is gone. And not only that, when you go to jail, you always find a Mahaguru there. Somebody who can say that. And then his training is not to do something wrong. But that fellow is very clear, categorically says that doing wrong is not bad. Only thing is you got caught up.
That's wrong.
That is the problem. So he will give you training how not to get caught up in that. So if the jail itself is something like that, whatever the hell, actually this is not a simple joke, but this is something which has really happened. Uh, Kanyakumari, Ekanath, see, we were chatting and all those things. So what really happened at Kanyakumari at Vivekananda, after that Vivekananda Kendra started, when Vivekananda Rock Memorial is finished, what to do. The service mission we should start. What kind of service we should do it? See, that was the question. Social service we need. What kind of social service? At that time, government requested him. And my government means actually Lal Bahadur Shastri. He gave a very beautiful point. He said that these northeast states, they were not, people were not going there. When you post them, they use some influence or the other, they put some money and some bribe somebody and then get the posting either in Delhi, Ludhiana, etc., etc. They don't go to northeast. So it's a huge problem that whole northeast was not aligned with India. Then they said, okay, we should put northeast also from part of India. So what they said that we should post somebody in northeast. Northeast IAS officers and so who to post them? Women, what is that? Police officers, IPS, and then IAS officer, and various executives and all that. They wanted to put them there, but then nobody would like to go to that place because you see, in fact, even when I went to Northeast also, it's such a difficult uh, thing to go. We go to Calcutta, from Calcutta by a bus that we will go right to Guwahati. From Guwahati to go to Arunachal Pradesh, along this, that, and all that, it used to be absolutely impossible. Nobody would go there. This is the kind of situation that was there. But then, so nobody would like to go. After doing IAS, IPS, and all that, who would like to go there? They would like to be in Bangalore and Mysore and Hyderabad, kind of a place. But then, so therefore, they decided that we will put them as a punishment travel. So the people who have done wrong, horrible with the people in the mainland, you put them there, and there's no checks and balance there. So they felt it is like a bonus for them. They became all the more bad. It became so horrible that Northeast people used to hate India. Anybody posted from India, they would come out and they would attack them. They would kill them. So how to do that? The government is in a fix. That was the time Lal Bahadur Shastri said, we need people like Vivekananda Kendra to go there, start. That's how Vivekananda Kendra started in Northeast. And our people go there. And another organization is Ramakrishna Mission. Before that, before we went actually taking that situation, missionaries started going there. And missionaries went there and presented they are the messengers of God.
Yeah.
Oh, and they are peaceful. They give money, they give medicine, they give food and all that. So the whole area got converted to Christianity. How to stop this? Then Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari, they started doing that road mission. No, Balkrishnan we met. He was actually, he said, I don't want to come to Kanyakumari, I will work there only. And his stories were so wonderful. He would start a school there and then he would carry the children on his shoulders, cross the river, the Brahmaputra, and bring them to the school. Like that, he would go to every house, bring kids to the school, sit along with them, do the study. Evening, he will take them back to the school. This is what he has done. And Balkrishna and Vishwas Lapalkar and all these people were there at that time in that place. It's a hard work that they had to do it. So they convince people. So actually, what I wanted to say is that people who are doing wrong in the mainland itself, punishment transfer, you put them there, they can do all the more wrong. So therefore, that's why I said that if you put to the hell, one thing is you get used to it. And second thing is that there is somebody who you find a Mahaguru who can teach you that how many more things that you can do, not getting caught up with that. All these things are there. So that's the reason why essentially Dussangha is not outside. Dussangha sarvataiva tyajyam. It's not outside, it's there within us. What is that Dussangha within us? That is what he says in the next sutra. Narada brings about that. Dussangha sarvataiva tyajyam. Kama krodha lobha moha. These are the things which we need to come out of it. They are there within us. If I have karma within me, if I have krodha within me, outside when only that somebody is there, then it manifests. But within me, karma, anything it can mount on that. Any object it can mount on that. My Krota can be there on any object that is there. So therefore, what we need to do is we need to come out of this dussanga that's there within us. That's what Narada brings about this idea. The same thing is also given by Bhagavad Gita. Krishna also says the same thing. He says that try to bring in the change within you. It's not the outside, but what really matters is what's there within. In fact, Shankaracharya also gives the same thing in it's a very beautiful five panchaka that he has given. What is that? Kamakrodhascha lobhascha dehe tishtanti taskaraha jnanatnapaharaya tasma jagrata jagrata. Any amount of jnana that you take it, these are the things which are there which deviate you from that. Not only that, in fact, very beautifully said that jnana ratnapaharaya. That means to say the jnana that is there, they steal that jnana. That means you use your jnana to see that how more that you can take care of kama, how more that you can take care of krodha. This is what happens because basically what happens is that you are justifying that your anger, you are justifying your kama, you are justifying your jealousy, lobha. So you justify yourself. If you do not have proper direction, these are the things they eat upon your knowledge itself and they survive on that. Small little donation that you do it, but then the donation becomes your ego.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. That is what it says that all these things they eat away on your jnana itself. Is in one function that I was giving a talk and I said that somebody has given a donation of 5 lakhs and all that. And I was pulling my kurta. I said, why you was pulling? Huh? Sure. Yeah, I said 5 lakhs, I mentioned it. He was pulling. Why? I said, tell them also that 5 lakhs I gave 10 years ago. That means now it is about 50 lakhs. Still what you gave, still it has been enhanced. My God. Pulling my don't forget to mention that, the building also that I've given, apart from 5 lakhs. That's apart from 5 lakhs. Like that. So everything becomes your ego. So that's why Jnana Ratnapaharaya. It's a very beautiful way he says. Tasma Jagrata Jagrata. He cautions you. If you are not careful, enters into you so easily. That's what last time also I said about this uh, expectation. So easily enters into us. For no reason that expectations enter into us. He did not even tell me thanks. I expected. It was not there. But I said that. That fellow did not even care for me, did not look at me. He did not provide me proper uh, reception, proper this thing. My God, how many things like that? When Swamiji gave up everything, became a Swami, came to Prashanti for some uh, discussion that went on. Advaita's philosophy. It is Advaita Swamiji. And then that Swamiji and Shastriji, they were supposed to present their Advaita thought. And Shastriji is a very simple person. He said, Swamiji, you put all this thing, but I will sit on he normally sits on the floor. And I'll sit on this floor and then I do it. All that I need is a small little desk on which I do it. No, Swamiji, because it's a seminar that's going on, so we should provide 2 seats. They provided seats for them. And Swamiji is, that gearbox kind of a thing. It came and then put that on the gearbox. And then this is for Shastriji. Hall was full. Swamiji comes, turns around and went back. Everybody was shocked. Why it happened? Ratna and everybody rushed. They said, no, I'm not in the mood to talk. What happened? No, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. What happened? Say, at least tell something that happened. No, you conduct seminar. You will not come there. Then somebody went and cajoled him, like, children that you may. Then they come out of it. He said that, look, this such a big institution, university, I mean, those days it was not a university, such a big center and all that, you don't know how to respect a Swamiji, sannyasi. And a grahastha and sannyasi, you put the same kind of seats?
Chair.
Huh? Same
Seat.
chair? What is this? Oh, then okay. And then Shastri himself went to Swamiji. Said, Swamiji, I wanted to sit on the floor. They provided this chair. They did a mistake, but immediately we removed it. I am sitting on the floor comfortably. You can sit on the chair. Shastri requested him, begged him, then he came to the function. Bapre. Similarly, there's another Swamiji, and I was in the service at that time. He was there working in the big industry, BHEL, that was there. And he was in the top position. But then he was associated with us doing this Ramakrishna Mission because we were the young students, we were the volunteers, bringing water, putting the chair, this, that, and all. We were there. Okay. Then later on, at that time itself, we knew that he's going to become Swamiji. All that happened. So we took the sannyasa. Then what happened was that we had no contact with him. After about 10, 15 years later, that I happened to go to that same ashram where Swamiji was there. Then I looked, some Swamiji was there. Oh, he must be the same person. Now I knew that he wanted to go. This must be the place. Then casually that I was with him one lunchtime together. No, how can we eat together with Swamiji? He's separate, we are separate. And then afterwards I met him. I said, is this your name or you're the same person that you are in that name? He fired at me saying that all that is Purvashrama. Everything I gave up has become sannyasa. Don't remind me with all those things. Where I worked, what all. I don't have it with all. Array, for no reason he was shouting at me. That means what you have it, ego. What you give up is also ego. So that's why it enters into some way or the other. That's why Shankara says, Tasma Jagrata Jagrata. Be careful that these things will enter. So essentially, the whole idea, and this is if you think of that, Swamijis have like that, imagine people, ordinary people, how much did they have it? How easily it can come into? And this is their part of the life. Anything and everything it can enter into. That's why, first of all, what we need to do is to see that the whole sadhana is see that how we can check these things. Check this kama krodha. And Krishna also gives in Bhagavad Gita very beautiful. He said that you're born with Daivi Sampat. And they're wonderful, like Prema, Tyaga, Karuna. These are all the things which are there, Daivi Sampat that you have. But then these things, another on the other side that you have Asuri Sampat. Dambho, Darpo, Vimanasya, Krodho, Parushyameva, etc., etc. All these things is the this dana guna that you have. And he list of the things that are there, Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat, Karuna, etc., is supported with Daivi Sampat. But then he gives a very rider of all those things, saying that the very simple idea is Daivi Sampat Vimokshaya Nibaddhaya Asuri Sampat. Daivi Sampat is something which will give you freedom, Vimokshaya. Asuri Sampat is the one which binds you. And Asuri Sampat, why it binds you? With what it binds you? Binds with the object outside. It does not allow you to get back into yourself.
Correct.
Because you see, look at all these things, your anger, your hatred, jealousy, everything is based on objective world outside. Therefore, it easily binds you with the objective world. Your achievement, it's at the objective world. And another thing is that you can't come out of it because this is what Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, that it's easy to get rid of the iron shackles, very difficult to get out of gold shackles. Because that's what is basically valuable. It looks very nice. Okay, afterwards, sometime later, I will get out of it, come out of it. His ego. So that's why it is Daivi Sampati Mokshaya, Nipadhyaya Asuri Sampati. But then, if you look at very carefully that what is this Asuri Sampat, Asuri Sampat is always associated with one single issue, that's what is ego. Prema is Daivi Sampat. Prema gives you expansiveness. But then the moment that it corrupted with the ego, it becomes kama. Kama binds you down. Similarly, that you give in prema, but then you possess in kama. Prema doesn't know how to possess, but then kama is the one which possesses. Krodha, you didn't get it, the others do not, immediately it becomes krodha. So you look at all these asuri sampat, what he calls it as, are these things, this taskara that we say is that all these things. The single background behind all those things are ego. Now, I have given earlier also the idea that there are two words in Sanskrit for ego. In English, we have only one word. One is called as asmita and the ahankara. Asmita is your inner capacity, your inner ability to do it. Sadhana that you do it is for asmita. Ahankara is about the world outside. Ahankara is not about what you are. Ahankara is what about you have, what you possess, that becomes ahankara. Ahankara is not the state of being. Ahankara is about the doing. Therefore, you are stuck in the world outside. What he says is that, can you come out of this ahankara? Give up that. These are the taskaras that we have. These are the things that we have. The whole sadhana is to say that how I can come out of this. And therefore, whether it is the Upanishad which talk about it, whether it is the Puranas which talk about it, Karmakanda talks about it. We have seen several scriptures that are there. Every scripture is, basic point is to see that is there a way that can reduce this ego. You can give rather than you take it, possession. That's what we have seen in the earlier. What is the dharma? Dharma itself is give and get happiness.
Why psychologists don't like to talk about ego? When I have seen some psychologists.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't talk about this ego. They feel hurt about it. And on the other hand, they praise this ego. You must have that ego.
They're praising asmita,
Right.
identity.
They rather than praising the asmita, in fact, that's what is Abraham Maslow's whole idea. Manifest your best. That's what is Abraham Maslow's is that what is his basic idea is that it is like what it says is that self-actualization. Self-actualization. That means yourself has all these capacities. You can earn $1 million. You can run a big business, and you can show your authority on 100 people, 1,000 people. This leadership ability that you have. You see, I'm against this idea of leadership. It's not that you claim the leadership. Others should take you as a leader. Leader is not you claim it that you are the leader. The others should feel that, wow, he has wonderful ideas or she has wonderful ideas. So I'll follow.
It's like Rama, all the monkeys
Right.
follow.
Monkeys follow. Hanumanji, just 1 year, one year he was there with Rama. But look at what happened to Hanuman. So this is the way that it is. It is not self-actualization that Abraham, people ask me that, is the same as what is the Vedanta says. No. He says that self-actualization, whereas Vedanta says self-realization. It's a big difference between that.
What's called self-love.
Self-love.
For that, affirmations are very important to transform yourself.
Right. I
But
become too much.
some people, Ramji, they say this karma krodha and all, no?
Yeah.
One happened. One person was saying that I am not angry, but I find my loved member is getting very angry at me.
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Right.
That kind of a thing. That is where is this dusanga coming there?
It is somebody else's problem, not your problem. You get angry, it is your problem. Somebody will become angry. Arey, why? It's not your problem. You enjoy that.
She says that I am getting the brunt of the anger.
I mean, if you subject to it, that you are getting the brunt. But if you look at objectively, then okay, all right, you are angry with me. So anger, what you do, you shout. After you stop shouting, okay, finish. Either way, it's okay. My friend always used to say, wife shouts at him. I finished everything. Okay, then let's sleep. Finish. Hare, you wasted all my shouting. What do I do? What do you expect me out of it? I mean, I should also shout back. No, I just relax. And then she complains to me saying that, look, my husband, I shouted him for a half an hour. I finish shouting and I see he's snoring. Next moment I hear his snoring. So I'm all the more irritated. Then stop shouting. Because anyway, that doesn't make any sense to him. Stop shouting. Okay.
He has developed upeksha.
Yeah. Upeksha. Somebody says, you see, anything it is like that. Intellect. Somebody wants to use his intellect. Please use it. I don't have to waste my intellect. So you want to give a suggestion? You take it. You want to make the things to go? Okay, I follow you. I don't have to correct. You see, spend my intellect. Why should I say that I'm right, you're wrong, and all that? You say sunrise in the west. Okay, fine. I have no objection for that. Sunrise is in the west. Good. Then you find out if there is problem, then you stop it. Otherwise, you continue by even. If you continue also, I don't have any problem. Why should I have any problem?
So
Happen like that.
if somebody says something about Vedanta which does not coincide with your thoughts, you're okay.
Leave it. I'm okay with that. At that point, I disconnect myself from that. It's okay, it's going on. One time it happened like that we went for Bangalore and all those people were there, big people were there. I was also there. And after that evening, the driver said, so let's go. Where to go? He asked very simple time. And then that person was there, a authoritative. She said, go wherever I say. Don't ask me where to go. Okay. I was sitting with the driver. I said, okay, now it's a tax-free entertainment for you. Wherever they ask you to go, you go. So he came out of the car. So where to go? So take a left turn. Take a left turn. Keep going, going, going. The traffic light is there. Traffic light is there. Keep straight. No, another light has right. Take left. Take left. After going further distance, and then they said take right. They said it's one-way traffic. If I go on the right, then I will get a ticket. He said that no, go straight. Okay, go straight. Went on and on and on. He was going happily. I told him, you don't question. An hour because the other people, they were discussing, seriously discussing. So that they didn't, suddenly they look into the traffic light and say, oh, take a right here. They, and like that, it went on for an hour. After 1 hour, they asked, where are we? Said, wherever you asked me to go, I'm going. I'm here. No, which is the place? Here. He said, I don't know. He also knows, I also know, but I don't know. Asked somebody on the street, which is this place? He asked it somebody on the street, what is this place? He said, this is Nagar Babi. Okay. So we are in Nagar Babi. I said, why did we come to Nagar Babi? Because you, okay, where should we go? We should go to Kanyakumari. We should go to Prashanti. Prashanti is diagonally opposite in this city. We should have gone to Prashanti. Okay, I would go now. See, now also no problem. Earlier, by that time, by now, I would have reached Prashanti. Now, at least 3 hours it will take to go to Prashanti. Okay, fine. So, if you tell me on the way, I'll stop somewhere and have dinner, you can have dinner. He's very happy. Why unnecessarily waste your intellect, your energy? Somebody is guiding you. Go ahead.
This really brings so much of peace.
Yeah,
No conflict, sir.
No conflict at all. Where is the question of conflict? And its only thing is that I just dissolve the ego. Finish. I don't have anything to contribute. So all the sadhana, but it's easier said than done. And it has to be 24 hours activity. It's not just only 1 month. That's why we have so many different ways that they have tried to see that how you subdue this. whether it is the Karma Kanda, whether it is Jnana Kanda, or whether it is yoga, or whether it is Sankhya, everything is to see that how you can subdue this, how you can see that how life can be go on without this taskaraha, without these um, thieves in within you, without this asuri sampad that's there within you, or without, I say that this is dussangaha within us. Dussanga is not there, fine, it's wonderful. Nothing stops you from that. But we try to put our logic, argument, and all that we try. You don't have to do that. I gave also some example at that time when I come back. I was in the Frankfurt airport, and then one fellow came and sat down next to me. Then going to Bangalore. Only I was the only passenger, and then he came and joined. Okay, fine. So then he asked, "Are you going to Bangalore?" I said, "Yes, you are going to Bangalore." I said. So he asked me, "Where are you coming from?" Like, London. Actually, that time I came from London to Frankfurt. So where are you coming? Coming from Canada. I said, Ottawa. Then he asked me, "Do you live in London?" I said, "No, I live in Bangalore." And then he said, "I live in Ottawa. At Ottawa. I used to live in Bangalore." But then he said, "You know, India is Talibanized." I said, "What do you mean by Talibanized?" He said, "No, see, recently what happened, that in pub, some girls were being beaten because they're." I said, "The culture is that girls do not drink. Like, I think even if they drink privately at home, they drink, not in the pub. But they're smaller. No, no. It's like Taliban, where women do not have blah blah blah." That he was arguing. They should not drink. They should have freedom to drink. Women should have freedom to drink. All this thing. Then why argue with him? Okay, fine. Then so I said, "Okay, fine." I was smiling. I said, "Are you a software engineer?" He said, "Papa, no, I'm a yoga teacher." "So I know that you are a software." "Yeah, you are a yoga teacher."
You call yourself yoga teacher?
"Yeah, I call myself, I'm a yoga teacher."
Imagine the humility.
Then I said, yoga. I like yoga. At least there is some common point. I love yoga. Good. And I used to do yoga. That means now I'm not doing yoga. That's what he meant. But it's okay. When I was working in India, I used to do yoga. Now, after going to Canada, I'm not doing. Actually, what? Every software engineer in India, they should do yoga. They should make it compulsory
In India.
in India, everywhere. Why? The software engineers, they drink. When I was doing yoga, I never felt like drinking. So they should do yoga so that they don't drink. Wow.
He's always into drinking.
Women can drink and men should not drink. What's your law? I just said him, "What's your idea?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. Men should not drink. Women can drink because men are useful in the society. What can women do? Let them drink. My God. See, is there any logic in any argument that he says? Are we going to fight with him intellectually? Enjoy. Sit back, relax, enjoy the whole conversation. Don't bring in your intellect. Enjoy all these things. We don't have to fight anything. Just enjoy them. This is what is the idea. Normally, what happens is that we feel hurt. Ego feels hurt.
And we also immediately say this person is bad company for me.
Right.
You better not be with them.
Yeah.
Because we think this is the sort.
Right. This is what is. Wonderful. Similar situations, such situations are there, several situations. I said, okay, if I have to take an action, I can take it. Otherwise, I just leave it alone. I just laugh it off.
You sense that this person can be receiving, that time only you say something.
Yeah. If he is receiving, if he is taking my idea, enjoying my idea, then it's. And situation also. A situation where somebody can take our ideas, that's wonderful. Somebody doesn't take the ideas. You see, these are the things which are in the normal day-to-day examples, what I'm talking about. Like, for example, one time it so happened when those days, when all these international travels, the flight only used to go from Bombay to USA. Delta, this, that, and all that. So we had to go to Bombay to catch Lufthansa. We didn't have a service from Bangalore. So I used to go to Bombay and then catch the flight to Mumbai and then catch the flight to Lufthansa. And then we plane load of, actually that evening plane load of people, they go for that Lufthansa bus. So we were all in the same plane and then went there. And then I went to the Lufthansa counter and there are people shouting and yelling and all those things, they're fighting. I said, I have an okay ticket, everything is fine. So therefore, there was a Lufthansa staff that was there. I said, where to go for my checking in because I have an okay ticket. He said, that's a counter. I said, but then they're all fighting there. But I have an okay ticket. I said, they all have okay ticket. But then they're fighting? Yeah, because they don't have seat. Okay ticket, everything is guaranteed and all that. Then you still don't have ticket seat? Yeah. Then he explained to me, airlines are permitted to book 15% extra seats because 50% cancellations will be there, more than 50%, 15%. Because they can postpone this, that, and all those provisions are there. But unfortunately, today everybody has come in so that overbooked. So that means legally they're about to do it. There's no point in fighting. Then what is the alternative for us? Option for us. Is it, sir, tomorrow flight you can go. Or 6 months, within 6 months, any day you prefer, you can go. And but tomorrow, if it is there, then what do I do? I said, we'll provide a hotel room and all those things. But I have an appointment tomorrow. Somebody immediately he picked up his phone. Please call your friend in USA that you are coming 1 day late. I thought about it. I can go 1 or 2 days late. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, I can go. Then can you please guide me? Where should I get there? You know what he said? Don't you want to fight with me? I said, there's no point in fighting. Sir, if all these people understand, things would have been easy for us. So immediately he made changes in my ticket and everything and then provided a hotel room. But then I saw somebody, young fellow, came by the same flight, sitting next to me in the car, in the flight, and he was fighting there. I went to him, I tapped him, and came. I said, you know what? Today's flight is overbooked, so therefore you can't. No, I have a head-going meeting, this thing and all that. I said, look, I can suggest you one thing. That a meeting is there, you can go to the hotel room and settle down. And online, you can do the meeting with all the people who have come. And then set up another date for the meeting. Preliminary activities and all that. 3 months later or month later that you can plan. That time you can go freely. They provide you a flight. And that also I inquired. If tomorrow's flight is also overbooked, then that person said, tomorrow flight, you are the preferred passenger. You cannot miss it. Okay. And they say that you are the preferred passenger on that day. Added to that, they'll pay you some money, extra compensation. You know what, that fellow, it was okay with him. But the question that he asked me was surprising. He said, are you from airlines? I said, no, I am a passenger like you. You were sitting next to me in the aircraft. So as a passenger, we both are the same category. And I don't want you to lose your peace of mind on this account. You can always manage.
Trade Center building ಅಲ್ಲಿ discuss ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ 30 years back I was heard this story from you.
Then I said, then I said, so they will provide you accommodation, hotel, everything, they can do it. And then I brought him to this fellow. And you know what that passenger, he said to him, sir, wherever Raghuram has provided accommodation, put me to the same hotel, put me to the same flight, I'll go with him. So that tomorrow, 24 hours, I can spend time with him. And whole day we were discussing various things that are there. Somebody could immediately realize the point about that. You don't have to fight with that. Conflict-free life that we could have it.
Conflict is all because of ego.
All because of
yes.
ego. That's what we can come out of it. So every solution that we have is to see that how we can come out of this. See, therefore, now where are the enemies? Say, kama, krodha, these things. That's why dussangha sarvadaiva tyajya. Narada puts that idea. The same thing Krishna says that uh, asuri sampat, nibadhyaya asuri sampat. They binds you, it binds you. Whereas daivi sampat gives you vimokshaya, freedom. You're happy. So
Sadhana is shedding the asuri sampat.
sadhana is this.
We already have Devi Sampat, we nourish it then.
Nourish it. Remove the asuri. And this, can you do it, an hour a day, 2 hours a day? It's 24 hours. So the whole design of Indian culture, the Sanatana Dharma, right from the childhood that when you grow, all these things are a process of growth like that. So it's a scheme to grow. Whether it is the Ashrama Dharma, it is the Varna Dharma, or whether it is the education that we have, or whether it is the Upanishad that we have, or the Vedas that we have, everything is in the direction that we have. Everything is contributing towards that. There is nothing which is not a sadhana in our life. That's what is the essential feature of Sanatana Dharma. Now, if they have given us the rituals to do it at home, they have given the various samskaras for us to do. Like, for example, you do every day Sandhya Vandana, you do your pravara, etc., etc. And all these things they have given to see that how your culturing has to happen continuously. And that's necessary for human being. And if we can organize in such a way that it can joyfully done, blissfully done, it's like celebration that you do it. Then life is a wonderful place. You grow, but at the same time you enjoy. Whereas normally what happens is that we put that joy against the growth. That's the reason why even the spiritual people also think that if you're enjoying, it's not against spirituality. Somehow they start feeling guilty. You buy a new cloth, you start feeling guilty. Oh my God, I bought this cloth. What will happen to me? Or go to the restaurant and order for a masala dosa. I'm indulging. The word that people use, I enjoy masala dosa. Indulgence. Go for a movie. Indulgence. Watch the cricket match. Indulgence. My God, your whole life has made into miserable state. And this is what is spirituality. The names are Ananda. They have no smile on their face. No smile on their face. So serious people.
Sadhanas don't have do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Right. Almost all the saints are all Anandas.
Everybody is an Ananda.
But they have more
Jnananda, this Ananda, that Ananda, and all that. Nityananda, let's keep him aside. But anyway, but everybody is named Ananda. But we have to make a request for them, please smile. They lost that
seriously.
They're very serious. Spirituality is serious. Give up that seriousness. In fact, they think that if I give up the seriousness, then I will lose my spiritual quality. Fortunately, I think that is what happens.
They don't trust themselves.
Very beautiful. They don't trust themselves. Their very nature is, but it's not. When they give talks, we are Satchidananda, we are Sat and we are Chit and we are Ananda. Ananda is our nature, Sat is our nature. But where is Sat? Sat means life, lively. That's gone. Kannadದಲ್ಲಿ there is no Sat in that. Ananda is definitely not there. But unfortunately it is. So that's why, and now you can see that how much our people sages have worked on that, because the whole life is nothing but this graduation. They divided the life into all these 4 stages so that you graduate at the next, graduate at the next. This is there in the curriculum that we have, in the sense that education system that we have introduced, primary school, middle school and high school, college, and then this is graduation that's happening. Maybe continuing education, that's also there. In education system, whatever we have given, why do we not give this kind of a progression in the lifestyle itself?
Should be part of it.
Not only in the lifestyle, it also in the society itself, something which is progressive in that way. So when you look at the society, the Varna Dharma is given that way. Jati Dharma is given that way. Kula Dharma is given that way. And when you look at individual, this Ashrama Dharma is given for individual to grow. Such a beautiful thing. That's why whether it is in the first place Vyasa, second place Shankara, and all these sages again and again they have come and devised this, is to see that how this whole life is in the form of spiritual journey. Whereas when this was not there, we were constantly given an idea that, spirituality is only when you become old, not when you are young. When I first started my journey in the early days, in the college days, they said, don't go for all these things, Bhagavad Gita and all that, you read later on when you become old, not now. It's an unfortunate thing that they have created. So we have to really get back into all these things. So now it shows that keeping this as view, then our ashrama dharma, varna dharma, jati dharma, all these things fit into that. Not only these things, the rituals that we have, the what is called as samskaras that we have. In fact, the very name itself is samskara. Shodasa samskara, 16 different samskaras, are nothing but how you can progress in that direction without getting any conflict. That's what is the idea. So many things that are there. Now we'll try to fix all. And in order to do that, this is another very extraordinary, wonderful idea is that they have provided everything in such a way that the same text which have talked about these things are the same text which talked about the science, mathematics that was there in the nature. They also talked about that. That's why whether you take the text of Ayurveda, whether you take the text of Sankhya, everything comes from the same Vedas. Everything comes from the same Vedas. So therefore that we never had a separate thing like this. This is a secular and this is spiritual knowledge. Our secular knowledge itself is spiritual knowledge. Secular life itself is a spiritual life. And our spiritual life itself is secular life. We had such a beautiful blend of these things. Not only that, the science progresses, the world progresses. Is there a way that we can update all these things so that they don't get fossilized? We lose the freshness of them. That should not happen. So provision is given in such a way that it can be always updated to the present day circumstances. So that's why all these practices which are there in the Sanatana Dharma can be updated to the present circumstances. Why I'm saying this is a lot of people think that if you don't do 1, 2, 3, 4, they feel that, oh my God, they are not dharmic. They're away from Dharma. And parents tell their children, we were following those things. Now children don't follow anything. Children are better than you. But then they do not value that. Because there are changes that we need to do it, adapt them to the. Did we not do that? Like, for example, Shankara has written a commentary on Bhagavad Gita 2000 years back, 2500 years back. Chinmayananda came and gave a commentary about 100 years ago. And that means to say, same Bhagavad Gita, he adapted 100 years back. As today, somebody gives a commentary, it's a today's reference. So we should be able to update all these things in such a way that it can be applicable, not only Bhagavad Gita. The Upanishadic knowledge, Vedic knowledge, everything we need to update. We don't have to become like, the fit in the frame. The framework which was there 10,000 years, 5,000 years ago is different. Framework today is different. So in fact, I also try to, during discussion time, I'll say that when Krishna says certain thing in Bhagavad Gita, it was useful 5,000 years ago. Today it is not the language. So Krishna gave according to that time. So today we need to give a different language, different application of those things. So updating the whole knowledge, whether it is the Upanishad, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, we need to do that in Sanatana Dharma to see that how we can use it today. If we don't do that today, What will happen to 100 years later? Where will they go for? Yes, a spiritual talk which did not update itself became lost. Like, for example, Quran. They give the idea that Quran should not be interpreted. Whatever that Muhammad has given, we have to give the same way. Look at the way that how it is. At that point of time, I don't know whether it was applicable or not by force that he has done. But today also the same means are used by pressure, by force, by coercion. There is no development. Unfortunately, that's what happened. So let's stop it here. Continue the discussion next time. And I'll still remember your question that I'll take up that Sankhya and, not Sankhya, Nyaya and Vaiseshika. It has a very special reference. Why we have that in the Shastras, we'll talk about that next. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Anyone has any doubts?
Anybody has any questions? Yeah. Unmute. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody has something.
Thank you, Raghuram ji.
Right.